Hi, Amber. Thank you for the first. Sorry. My family's trying to plan a vacation. And so I'm suddenly getting bombarded with text messages. I'm doing my best. I was like, oh yeah, let's start stream. Gore's asleep on the couch with the baby. You know, I got nothing else going on. Let's stream for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, my chat is, my family group chat is full of shenanigans. And I'm like, God damn it. All right. So I'm very sorry. Ugh. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am so sleepy today. Like, it's not even funny how fucking sleepy I am today. Also, I don't know if anybody noticed. Oh my god, my bitrate is ass. But we are at 1080. I don't know if that actually... I don't know if it looks like we're at 1080. But we are, I promise. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know if it looks like we're at 1080, but whatever. My bitrate is perishing, however. Which is such a shame. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Oh well. That's for later me to deal with, not current me. I'm like, why is my bitrate ass? Ah, fucking who knows? Truly. Oh well. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm burping so much today either. I cut sodas out of my diet, fun fact. I'm opening up the game, don't worry. I cut sodas out of my diet. And because I'm trying to lose weight, because I got baby weight from having a child. And I am so sad because we had a birthday party yesterday, or we had a family celebration. It wasn't a birthday party. We had a family celebration yesterday, which is why I didn't stream. There's cake in this fucking house, and so much candy in this fucking house, and so many sodas in this fucking house, and I'm in a fucking diet. I did have some cake yesterday, because what's a party if you don't have cake? But I had like the smallest amount of cake yesterday. No sodas. I did good. I did good, chat. We can see the shiny skin. It's all good. Okay, good. Yeah, I upped the levels to 1080, but now my frames are dropping and I don't know why. So we'll figure that out. Y'all, I think y'all deserve some 1080 streams is all. Hi, Third Word. Yeah, it really can. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my bev. But yeah, no, it really can turn into a fucking cheat week. Especially with a cake that size in my fucking house. Ah! So I am doing the best that I can to stay strong. I'm drinking Gatorade right now because it's for my health. I'm cutting out sweet drinks. Gatorades and Powerades stick, however, because I need these for my heart. The sodium in them helps my heart. So this will always stay. Chocolate fudge brownie with vanilla ice cream. Yeah, it's like it's a coffee chocolate cake that I helped make. Oh, it's delicious. We're deserving nothing but the solar reboot. Are you about to call me mother? I'm not your mother. I'm a mother. Yeah, cake is also my natural enemy. Fucking, it gets me every time. They also have my favorite candies in the house because she used those for like the topping on the cake, and I want to die. But you know, we got quesadillas too, so that's good. Anything coffee in dessert form is 10 out of 10. Agreed. Agreed. Ugh, I love my little fangies. But yeah, no, you drop some coffee and some fucking cake icing, I'm your bitch for life. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, ugh, so good. So fucking good. We beating the game today? I don't think we're that far in. Ah, shit, we're still in Caelid. And we still gotta find that fucking thing. Oh, God, I forgot I gotta go back into the fucking... I didn't find what I needed. Gore told me I did, but I didn't. Oh, and all my runes. Oh, no, my runes. Fuck me, my runes. Alright. This is fine, I guess. Yeah, I gotta find that fucking sewing needle. Shit. Alright. But yeah, no, if you put coffee anything in my icing, I'm kissing you on the lips. Kissing you fat on the lips. The only reason there was no fat kiss on the lips in this particular situation was because my mother-in-law was the one who made the icing, and if you kiss your mother-in-law fat on the lips, people look at you weird, including your mother-in-law. So... you do what you can to avoid that. The sewing needle? Am I strong? What do you mean? Am I strong enough for that? Oh my fucking Christ! What does that mean? Am I strong enough for it? I don't fully understand what that means. I think I don't even know where it is. Oh, fuck me. That's fine, I guess. Sir? Why is it always despair? Visions of danger, yeah? Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, this place totally is friendly. It's so friendly. I love it so much. Yeah, so I don't really know where I'm supposed to go for this. Oh, fucking look at that. I've just kind of been winging this whole game without a walkthrough because I have the game open on full screen and it's a pain in my fucking ass to have to, go in and out of a walkthrough and in and out of a full screen game. All I know is that it's somewhere in the swamp. Where is beyond me. I have to farm for it? What? Yeah, all I know is that the guy said it was somewhere in this fuck-ass swamp. So... your ears look very fluffy in 1080. Oh, thank you. Look, I've got a beautiful model, and I've never really been able to fully show it off because... fucking my old PC couldn't handle 1080p. So... you shithead. Shatheed. Yes, I'm looking for the golden needle. So I can cure what's-her-face. And I killed the raider or whatever the fuck. Ugh. And Gore was like, head towards the giant tree. That giant tree? And Gore was like, you did it, you have what you need now. And then I went back to them and I didn't have what I need, so... I hear that bitch twinkling. Or you're talking about like this giant tree. Oh, the one in the swamp. My old PC died, so I made a new one from scratch. Yep, that's pretty much what we did. We made a brand new one. You need to find the Church of Vows. Fucking, huh? Why boss music? Boss music for what? 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 Why is it just now telling me that we're live? Huh? Also, why did it give me a weird little emote? Oh, you fucking ass. Giving me the rot. Fucking asshole. Out here giving me the rot. Google said it's in there. Yeah, see, that's my exact problem, is that Google says it's somewhere, and then I go somewhere after taking the time out of my day to Google it, and then chat's like, no, it's not there. It's somewhere else. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck are you? Oh. Cool. It drops from a boss inside of the big ass tree? Okay. Alright, I see how this is gonna be. So I essentially gotta find a way inside first. Hi, TMs! How are you? I think that's how your name's pronounced. That thing in the rot throwing halos drops peak fashion souls. Fusion souls? Fashion souls? This guy fucking is ass, is what he is. Fashion. Don't worry, I'm just kind of fucking around. Hello, sir. Alright, so there's an entrance to this big ass fucking tree somewhere? Is what you're telling me? Oh! Oh, that's the okay, I see. I see. Yep, alright. Alright, I was gonna go and rebuff my health. And now I'm just being chased. This is fine. I was like, let me go to the fucking, Grace real quick and rebuff my health. And then I got jumped. Anyways. I was like, let's go get rid of this rot. And then I got jumped. So, that's fun. Anyways. Well, now that I know where I need to be, guess we can just go do that then. God, this guy's gonna suck ass, ain't he? I have a gut feeling that this guy's just gonna suck ass. Man, he's just chilling there too. point. Fucking roll up, I guess. I should probably be on horseback for this. I see the problem. Yes, okay. I see the problem. Oh, there's a Grace right outside the okay. Yeah, well then we'll do that then. Yeah, he rocked my shit. If you want to be honest, I walked into that fucking swamp and I was like, oh god, I'm getting fucking poisoned. Damn. And so I jumped back on horseback. I fucking hate fighting on horseback though, so I don't know why I did that. I should have just risked the rot, if you want me to be completely honest. I can't see shit. Jesus. Ow. What the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna go look for that fucking Grace, I guess. Yeah, I fucking can't stand horseback ride fighting. Oh, there it is. Alright, but don't! For the love of Christ! Oh, I've found this Grace before. That's nice. You said there's supposed to be a summon over here? Try horseback battle. I don't want to. Have you considered that? Have you considered the fact that I don't want to? Oh, there he is. Oh, alright, Pollyanna. Oh, now I can't use my horse at all. That's fun. Oh, fuck. How'd that hit me? Dude's got a big ass sword. Get his ass! Oh, move. Move! Oh god, bro's rotted me. Fuck. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, he is easier on foot. Alright, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. This is fine. Don't the grind begins me. We can do this. We can do this. This is completely fine. Yes, I do know there's a second part. The only reason I wasn't doing it is because I have not figured out this guy's pattern yet. And once I figure it out, I'll know when I feel safest to do it, essentially. Come on, butlers. Time to go. I'm not losing all of these souls. It's not happening. bitch. I'm gonna let her get the first hit. Oh, fuck me. Back out! Oh, fuck. Oh, man, we both missed that. Move! Fuck. I accidentally pushed the wrong button and did not move fast enough. Yeah, this guy's pattern is get hit and you're rotted. That's kind of my thing, though. Is when I use the first one, it gets me out. So I need to know when to time it properly to hit the second one. But as I get there, I'll get it. I promise. I promise. I will get it. I promise this whole stream won't be me just trying to kill this fucker. Actually, it might be. I can't make that promise. Though I'm usually pretty good at bosses, so... We're just gonna wolf up. We're gonna let Billy Boy and his little archers come on. Where are my souls? Where are my souls? There they are. And he's going for her first. Whee! We win! We almost didn't win. Oh, back up. Jesus. Get his ass! Pollyanna. Girl! Hey, the getting poisoned part of this fucking sucks ass. Oh! 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 Oh, fuck me. And we're rotted. Great. Yeah, this is fucking fantastic. I'm really not worried about the archers. Fuck. Alright, that's halfway though. We're getting better. Why are we rocking the Burger King helm? For fun. It's just for fun. I think it's cute. Are the wolves upgraded? Yes. They aren't crazy upgraded though. I think they're only upgraded to like 3. I need to go find more flowers if you want to be completely honest. But hey, that was halfway. If we can get them to halfway, we can get them to full. I believe in myself. We're not gonna spend 3 hours fighting him. I'm better than that. Come on, asshole. Yeah, see, fucker does that right off the bat. the shit out of me. Fuck. Don't. Ugh. Man, that rot really got me fucked up. Yeah, I probably do need to upgrade some more, but I'm honestly, I think, pretty close to upgrading again. If I can just run in there and get my shit real quick. So, for the Fang, I need a 5. Oh no, you don't gotta be doing all that, sir. We're all good. Chill out, Poppy. We're all good. Oh, you especially need to chill the fuck out. Jiminy fucking Christmas. There is no way that fucker is still chasing me. I would say, if so, this game's on fucking crack. Okay. So... Bang is currently +4. And I need a fucking, 5. And then the wolves are +3, and I think I need 1 more flower for these guys. Where is Celia Crystal Cave? I'm gonna need y'all to walk me. I don't even know if it's a place I've been. Oh, there's Celia Gateway. Yeah. I don't think I've actually found the cave. Now that you bring it up. Teleport to the Grace outside of the boss fight. I... Bet. And where do I go from here? I'm letting y'all walk me through it. Thank you for the pet. See the cliff face? Yeah. The one directly ahead of me? Like, the one this way? Past all the explodey shits? Oh, the way the... Okay. Yeah. Don't! That's the town, right? Please, God. Okay, hit the cliff face, follow it left. On it. Arf, 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 arf. Jesus fucking Christ. What the hell are you? Well, whatever you are, none of my business. Excuse me, ladies. Yeah, you did it. You did a great job. Damn. Bitches just die. Oh, there's a big boy there. Thank you so much for the follow, OG Biggie Smell. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the dog pound. Oh, is this one a fucking bomb? No! Alright, bet. Yeah, I like this weapon a lot, honestly. It's really fun. I'm sure there are better weapons in the game, but I've genuinely had a lot of fun with this one. And yeah, this also is my first playthrough, so I don't really know of any other weapons. I've honestly been having a blast with this one, however. Not quite. We're almost there. Do 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 do. There we go. What's even going on in here half the time? Excuse.
Well, I took you for dead, no matter.
You always take me for dead. I don't appreciate it. Hey Gore, how was your nap? All right, number 6. Yeah, if y'all could just walk me through where these are, I will follow you till the ends of the earth. It was good, well needed. Is the baby still asleep? How's Elden Ring? I'm getting my ass poisoned. Constantly. So, you know. You said the baby is still asleep? Yay! Alright, Gore's here. You'll have to behave now. Just stop being poisoned. Yeah, I'm doing my fucking best. 1 second. I mean, I'll probably end up using Melania's sword whenever I get it. But, you know, that's a whenever I get it situation. Head to the first Grace site, like where you first come into the game. This one all the way down here. Don't forget to talk to the old lady next to the fingers. Oh shit, yeah. I guess I can do that. I didn't even think about that. Where the fuck am I? That's not where I meant to go. There's crabs here. Hold on, let me go do that real quick. While it's on my mind. Check the ruins in the swamp next to it. Alright, bet. Old lady. Hey, old lady and fingers. What's cracking?
Only one. Look there. The fingers shudder with exuberance.
I wish they wouldn't.
Fine work, brave Tarnish. You have earned the right to now. Seek the Erd Tree.
Already?
And an audience with Queen Marika.
I feel like...
To become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
Absolutely would for the fingers?
Expect
The
as
fingers!
much from you as they do young Gideon.
The fingers?
Take this.
Oh,
Token of farewell.
I'm not going to America yet. Are you fucking on crack? She's bitch gonna fuck me up. What? Y'all upset me.
Go forth. Become Elden Lord.
Y'all are not gonna fuck these hairy ass, ratchet ass looking fingers. Chat, I'm not allowing it. I'm not gonna allow it. Oh, cool. I wear a crown, some pants. That's pretty cool. You're touch starved?
Forth.
You're touch starved for these?
Fingers guide you.
God. Y'all upset me. We're touch starved. Yeah, for what, even? Like, jeez. Y'all make me nervous. Just seems like an interesting experience. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Jesus. Are you talking about the dragon burnt ruins? Thank you for the hydrate, Death. Appreciate you. I need it. Y'all are stressing me out. I could probably kill this guy now. Have I ever had a giant finger inside me? Ugh. Pruned? God, the word pruned and fingers should not go in the same sentence. Are you fucking kidding me? Ugh. Ugh. Which fucking ruins am I going to before I have to fucking shoot myself in the face? Is it the dragon burnt ones? Ugh, texture. Y'all are gonna make me puke! I just ate! Hi, Dead Vulcan, how are you? It's the dragon burnt ones? Alright, dope. Luckily, I've already killed this fucking dragon. Ugh. It's got grooves! Y'all disgust me. I can't even. Fucking ribbed for your pleasure, my ass. Is this the first playthrough? Yes. For me, at least. Most of chat, I think, has already played through it at least a million times. But for me, it is indeedy-do my first playthrough. What are we singing about? Weirdos. I'm just in here looking for something. Don't mind me. Yeah, Akio Olaki or whatever the fuck. Oh, there's a dog behind me. That's cool. Dog, stop it. Anyways, what are we saying? You beat it twice? Crazy. Most of chat includes me too, then. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, it was a link. I'm sorry. I need to fix that. I've been real behind on fixing that shit. Hey, gang. Anyways. Every time I think I've fixed it, I fucked it up somehow worse. I'll fix that after stream today, so it should be better by next stream. Hey, bud. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a thing I could do. Alright. Check the chest here. Alright, bet. I didn't even know there was a chest here. Though, to be fair, every time I've been over here, I've just kind of run around the area. Who the fuck else is singing? Oh, you. Stop. Stop chanting. I don't like it. Anyways. If y'all would also lead me to more flowers to upgrade my, shenanigans. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go inside. I promise. I saw the hole. I'm gonna go inside. I just like to kill people. It's fun for me. And I know there will be more people to kill inside, but you know. Yeah, it's kind of a backseating stream. If I ask for help on something, or I tell y'all to tell me where to go, y'all are more than welcome to do so. I just prefer if y'all would wait until I say it, and you don't just do it on your own. Ow, ow, fucking rats! Look, I'm a rat lover. This is extreme. But because this is my first time playing, I'm kind of just, I'm running around. Also, I have the game on full screen, and with all my stream stuff, it's kind of hard for me to, look up walkthroughs on my own. So sometimes, like, if I'm looking for something specific, I just ask chat where it's at, so chat can tell me. Oh yeah, I also was trying to fight a late stage boss, with a underpowered weapon, and chat was getting tired of my ass. Well, fuck me. Yeah, I know, I'm not playing efficiently enough for my first playthrough. I'm so sorry. I've spent like 20 hours playing Elden Ring, and I'm not done yet. I'm not being efficient with my time. Can't believe this shit. Yeah, I fucking did go bye-bye. What the hell? Jump on the roof? Oh. Hello. That's pretty cool. I don't know what that is. Hi, Nick! It's going good. How are you? Yeah, I also can't believe I haven't beaten Melania naked. What the fuck's wrong with me? Ah! Hey, real question. Better question. The fuck's going on in here? Jesus! I got fucking jumped immediately. Don't! You little bug-ass bitch. Fucking asshole. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. You were just chilling, minding your own business. That's on me. Sorry, bud. You're right. I always think I'm two-handing because I'm not paying close enough attention. I can do it. Look. Yeah, I fall for the trap cards every time. I'm not the brightest. Well, if you guys are chill. Okay, cool. It seems like y'all are chill. Then, no! Fuck you. Ow. Asshole. Can you not? Who would have known that these little fucking beetles would be the bane of my goddamn existence? Anyways. Excuse me. Fucking beetles. Oh, there's a grace down here. Alright, that's cool. That's good to have. Whee! I know everything will respawn, but it's good to have it, so... Does it respawn just if you hit it, or... if you sit at it? I haven't really been able to tell yet. Okay, so it's sitting, so I won't sit. Oh. Fucking great! Back in motherfucking Caelid. Love it here. Yeah, first off, I also want to go home. Yes, I do recall you saying I need to go up. I'm just being a little curious George. Exploring the sceneries. Yay! Caleb. Look, no offense to any Calebs in chats, but not a great name. Thanks, third word. I'll keep all of that in mind. Swear I won't forget it. I promise on my mom, who is still alive and well. Are you done? Jesus fucking Christ. Stop being an ass. No, don't do it. No! You don't get to be an asshole. Anyways. Hey, buddy. Sorry about this. Look, we do be yapping. This is the yap stream for real, for real. I'm a girly that loves to yap. You can get their glaives? Oh, fascinating. Thank you so much for the follow, Dead Vulcan. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Sorry. Jump on the roof? Yeah. I figured that's how you got up there, but I was just being a little curious and also a little bitch, if you want to be completely honest. I don't like to jump. That's an item. Can I? Yeah, no torrent in here. That's fine. Fuck! Alright. Look, sometimes a girl's just gotta be a little bitch. And if you don't understand that, you don't know the first thing about being a girl. What the fuck? Where are you shooting from? Whatever. I hope you're having a great day, barf. Oh, well, I want that item. Gimme. How the fuck, Knuckles? Gimme! Whatever, man. His ass. Yapping is my lifestyle. Visions of mushroom? The fuck are we talking about? Be wary of right. What's going on to my right? Oh. I see. Ow! I fucked myself, and I don't even know how. Anyways. I saw him there and everything. Yeah, he really did add an extra hole to my head. I say extra because I already have several. Couldn't tell you the exact number, but I do have several holes in my head. Alright, well that's a stone. That's not the one I need, though. Oh, cool. Don't do the thing. It's gonna do the thing. Hey, and did you know? Fucking cunt. Ow, what the fuck? That's some bullshit. Be so fucking for real right now. It's called exit to desktop, I know. But I can't pussy out that bad. You pussy out that hard, then what are you supposed to do as a gamer? How am I supposed to be a game streamer if I pussy out that bad? Hey Peach, you weren't weary of your white. Yeah, well, you know, discovered that real fast. Sir? No thank you. No, thank you. Nope. Don't do all that. That's fine. Thanks. I need more fucking stamina, that's what. Gamer pride. I don't have that. I didn't mean to fucking drink that either. God, shit. Fuck me. Do I need to be weary of my right again? Oh, right and left. Fun. Alright, so we got assholes up there. I'm sure something stupid down there. What the fuck are they doing? Yeah, it's probably time to upgrade endurance. Be wary of left. Yeah, you don't fucking say. Oh, fuck. I wasn't weary enough. I didn't know how fast they could go. Oh my shit! Those turn corners? Naughty the fuck nuts? No. 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 Hey, did y'all know... Have I been heavy rolling this whole time? Perhaps. Yeah, no, probably I haven't. I think it's just right now I am. Hey, don't mind me. Ow, did y'all know I hate you? Ow, I can't fucking see! I'm heavy rolling now, but I have not been. I have too much shit in my pockets. I keep grabbing more shit. It's heavy rolling now. I was not heavy rolling before. You know, I got... What the fuck? Huh. I got a bunch of bullshit. Drop the arrows. Yeah, probably for the best. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I am heavy rolling as fuck. I quit. Literally. This was not a problem a minute ago. What the fuck happened to me? What the hell? Talisman is like 0.8. What the fuck? Hi, Kazuo. How are you? Yeah, for real, what the fuck happened to me? I'm like... I know I got a new talisman, but 0.8 is enough? Yeah, guess 0.8 is enough. Why are you being attacked by puppies? That was the new one, Gore. Oh, I got a new talisman. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. Incantations. Holy attack. Don't fuck with me! I got the power of God and anime on my side! Ah! Hi! How are you? Oh my fucking god, there is so much. What is happening? Hold on. Hold on. Hi, Tagline! How are you? Gore, can I get a shout out, please? What were we playing? What were we playing? We were playing At Me. I don't think that's right. You did promise a raid, and I appreciate it. How are you? How was your stream? You're playing Helldivers. I need to get Helldivers. I don't have it yet, but I really do want to play. I don't... Look, I'm wearing this big-ass fucking thing on my head because it's funny, and also because everything else I have sucks. But I need to get it. Also, hi Raiders! For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Peach. I'm your local cyberpunk VTuber doggy girl who is also a variety streamer. I've recently become an Elden Ring streamer, I guess. Question mark. But that's really all you need to know about me. I hope y'all had a good time. I hope you had a good stream. Yeah. Well, what confuses me And Nani the fuck for this. Oh, Weasel of Doom, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the dog pound. I love the little bean in the corner. Aw, thank you. Wolfie Taurus, welcome to the dog pound. Thank you. Yeah, I need to go up. I know. Mwah, mwah. Evil Red Deco, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the dog pound. I hope y'all are having a great frickin' day. Also, if y'all want to feed my little man, that's Grim. If y'all do !feed, y'all can give him a little bone. He loves those. He's a good boy. Yeah, I know. I need to go up on my endurance. I know it. That's next on my list. Oh, thank you so much for the pets. Thank you, Gore. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's Grim. He's my baby boy. Thank you for the hydrate. I am drinking Gatorade today because it's delicious. Look, we're gonna run with this for now, and as soon as I have enough, I almost have enough souls, and we will upgrade my endurance then. Can we all agree on that? Is that something we can all agree on? Can I please see your talismans? Yeah. Right now I have fire damage negation and holy damage negation. Not for any real reason. I haven't really run into anybody with holy damage. So we don't really need it. So I might do my critical hits instead. I do need a raid and run. That is a-okay. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. The Arsenal Charm? Oh! Check that out. I didn't even realize what that was. What would I do without you? We're gonna have lightning negation because I want to fight that lightning dragon at some point. But yeah, no, thank you so much for the raid. Good luck figuring out some stuff. And hopefully I'll see you next time around. I know. We'll get better charms, I promise. I promise. I've just been running around with my dick in the air. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm winning. I think. Chat, am I winning? Even though I just have my fucking cock up. Anything less than the top 5 builds from our Elden Ring is insane. Yeah, third word, get in here. You come play for me. Actually, Gore's beat this game. Gore, get in here. You play for me. You're always winning in our hearts. I appreciate that. What the fuck? Alright. Oh, I see. I didn't see. Oh, and I'm out of health. That's so much fun. Cool. Did you know I was out of healing? Alright. Let's try that again. I wasn't expecting giant beetle. I was expecting boss. Wasn't expecting giant beetle. It's fine though. You just kill the boss and win the game. Oh man, so it's so easy. Kill the boss, win the game. It's the one that drops the fuck! Okay, yeah, we'll do it. I'm just fucking running there though. I'm not... Yeah, why didn't I one-hit them? I know. I'm the fucking worst. Anyways, I'm not fucking pissing around with these fucking assholes. Oh my god, I have to climb. You're telling me I have to piss around with these assholes? What if I don't want to? Well, fuck me, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. Ow. Go to hell. Off the roof. Anyways. I like that chat's just taken to bullying me. Whee! No, we're not. Thank you so much for the offer, but can I get up? No, it's fine. No, it's fine. You really don't need to be doing all that. It's a-okay, actually. Did you know? It's actually just fine. Oh my god, you both followed me down here? That's where we're at? Oh my fucking Christ. This is the stupidest shit. Look, in my defense, chat told me what to do. And I listened. Chat said, hey, do a vitality build. Focus on your vitality. And I said, okay. And I focused on my vitality. I don't know what you all expected out of me, but it was too much. Also, why in the hell is there not a fucking closer? Alright, I need to stop doing that in the entryway. No! And avoiding the tail. What the fuck? I have so many questions and no fucking answers. Oh, ow. Hey, did you know that fucking hurts? Oh, what the hell? Alright, I see the problem here. This guy fucking sucks. Jesus. You coming for me? No, please don't. Oh my fucking god. Oh, can I have my souls? Jesus fucking criminy. What the hell? This is gonna take me a couple rounds. Alright, come here. What the fuck is that? Alright. I don't... You can jump attack? Hold on. I don't... You can what? Oh man, the more you know. How the fuck do you do that? Jump in R2. What the fuck? Yeah, see, I didn't know that was a thing you could do. So, today I learned... Look! Its whole thing is gravity. Ah. See, I've just been listening to chat, and then more people show up in chat and tell me that listening to chat was a bad idea. But, like, you're now chat. What do you mean listening to chat was a bad idea? God, see, I don't... There has to be a fucking faster way to get where I need to be. There has to be. What the fuck is even over this way? Oh, absolutely fucking nothing. The more you know. Ow. Ow. Oh, would y'all piss off? Have I tried using the ladder? I did not kick down a ladder. I don't think. Unless I did, and I just genuinely don't remember. There's a platform slightly up the hill. Check it for a ladder. Ah. Ow. Ow, fucking asshole. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I kicked down anything. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. Please leave me alone. Ow. I see you. I know you're here. You aren't slick. Fucking hate you. Go to hell. Man, this place fucking sucks. Like, for real, for real. Can't get me, bitch. Oh, is this place just, like, known for fucking sucking? Because it sure does. What the fuck? Oh my god. Right off the bat, huh? Not even gonna go for the dogs? Ow! What the fuck? Jesus! What was I even supposed to do? What the fuck? Every time I get here, it does something else. I didn't even get a chance to hit, if you want me to be completely honest. Gore, if you tell me to get my runes one more time like I wasn't fucking trying before I got scooped by a big-ass, beetle-ass motherfucking bitch. I was doing my best. However, when you are absolutely stunned and then a beetle grabs you, there's really nothing you can do about it. You can't really move. Yeah, Gore's like, did you grab your runes, babe? It doesn't feel like you grabbed your runes. I'm gonna go grab your runes and rip them off your body. Is what's gonna happen. Yeah, why the fuck is that room so small? I think that is my issue. Jesus. Plus the fact that this just whole area is just a fucking shit for ass. Don't. Oh my fucking god, I cannot stand you. You are the bane of my existence. Alright, there's supposed to be a ladder somewhere? I don't even know how the fuck you get up there. Oh, wait, yes I do. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I got it. I understand. This would never happen to me because I would never be here. Yeah, well, I fucking wish I wasn't here. Fuck this guy, too. Stop drilling people in the ass. Nobody asked for that. You're being dramatic. I hate you. Anyways. Yiggy. Yeah, I wish I never played video games sometimes. Sometimes this game makes you wish that. You wanna know my favorite part about this game? It's the part where, it sucks. And you take damage while you're on a ladder because the game loves you so much. Where the fuck did you come from, Richard? Jesus! Alright, whatever. Shit's ass. Oh, yep, ladder. Sure is. Well. I'm gonna jump attack, I promise. If I can even get to him this time, yeah, if he doesn't fucking nail me up the asshole first, absolutely. But if he decides, ow, to nail me up the asshole this time, there's really not much I can do about that. Oh, wow, so that hurts. Good to know. So, cannot jump him. What the motherfucking shitballs is wrong with this thing? Alright. Alright! Oh my fucking god, what the hell? You know, the whole purpose of the wolves is to take damage off me. Which doesn't work when the bitch doesn't care about the wolves. Did you know that? Oh my fucking god, how do you even get close enough to this whore? Is the truest of questions. Oh my fucking Christ. I struggle to even get close enough to him. You're like, jump attack! Jump attack! Bitch, I can't even get close enough. Oh, okay, that's fine. You know what? I fucking... Do I have to? There's gotta be another way to get this. That's not this fucking dude. Because I couldn't even tell you how much I hate this guy. Run at him? Yeah, it hits the whole fucking room. What? You're like, hit him. Fucking how? He is all in my space. It is so uncomfortable. Can you tell I'm used to playing magic classes and that this is the first time ever in my life I've actually attempted to play a non-magic class? I didn't mean to do that. Fucking whatever, man. Is it blatantly obvious yet that I play mages in every single fucking game I've ever played in the entirety of my life? And that I have no idea what I'm doing? Fuck you. For real? Like, what the fuck ever? Yeah, okay. It sounds feasible. Until you're me. Don't fucking hit me. Yeah, it's so easy in theory when you're not the person sitting in front of the game. Oh my god, I cannot figure out all what is supposed to hurt. Like, you would think if you rolled into him, it wouldn't hurt. And you'd be so fucking wrong. Ah, I pushed the wrong fucking button. Oh, you know, I could just also be under him at all times. That's fine too, I'm sure. Oh, fuck me. Ugh. See, this is my problem. Oh my god, wolves! Hey, wolves! Did you know that there's an enemy here that you need to be focused on? And that it's not whatever the fuck is standing outside? I can't stand this. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck! Hey, whoever invented this boss needs to go straight to hell, actually. Because what? In the fuck is this? Yep, see, there we go. Oh my fucking god. And then by the time you get up, he's charging you. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god! There has got to be a better way. That is not this. Because I actually fucking hate this guy. I'm gonna be so real with you. I think I'd have better luck with the dude in the swamp. Oh, yeah, level 60. Yeah, guess what I'm not? And I don't even think... Actually, I might. We'll see. Hold on. This is probably the worst idea I've ever had, but we're gonna use these and see if it's enough. I don't think it will be, but... Can you not walk out of this dungeon? Oh, I could probably teleport out, if you want me to be completely honest with you. But everybody's telling me that this is the best option for what I'm trying to do quickly. So... I guess I could eat Renala's remembrance. That's true. It's not like we're gonna use it. I need to up my endurance. I'm fucking... I can't roll enough. I can't hit enough either. I feel like I'm trapped. It desperately feels like I'm trapped. Because I feel like if I run away, chat's gonna call me a pussy. See, y'all are telling me these things like I know what the names of those attacks are. I'm just going, ugh, that's bullshit. Ugh, that's bullshit. I need more fucking endurance. My endurance is so low. Yeah, we do have a +5 weapon. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do... Yeah, I think I probably am gonna eat Renala's fucking thing. Just 'cause I need more endurance than what I have. I can even find it. Where the fuck? Where'd it go? It's in my tools below the golden runes. Okay, thank you. Draconic Tree Sentinel? Maybe. I have another golden seed. I cannot yet. I wish I could. Eat them both? Yeah. Do you use? No. That doesn't feel right. Use didn't feel right for some reason. Oh, yes? Okay. Damn, we eaten. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna eat the other one too. Fuck this kid. Whatever. Ratatouille, that shit. Oh, Jesus. I'm just seeing what else I have in here. Not much. Alright. Yeah, I can't use that. I think I need 3. Yeah, I need 3. Up your endurance and dex. 2 for endurance, 1 for dex. I don't think my dex needs to go up. I need more endurance. My endurance is shit. Alright, I think we're good. Yes, dex is for damage, which is why I've been fucking focusing on it over everything else, but I think we're good. Yeah, damage is good. I'm struggling with, because I'm two-handing everything, I'm running out of hits really fucking fast whenever I do small hits, which is getting on my fucking nerves. So that to me matters more than anything else because it's fucking obnoxious. And I'm a small hit wonder, baby. Hi, Western Traditionalist, how are you? Jesus Christ. Don't. We're gonna ring-a-ling over here. Jesus. I always forget that flings shit. Alright, don't really want to get anywhere close to him right now. I keep pushing the wrong fucking button. That's on me. My fucking fingers are sweaty. So I keep pushing the wrong button. Okay, that was on me. Backed myself into a fucking wall with that one. Excuse me. That's fine. I don't appreciate you standing that close to me. But it's really not the end of the world. Alright. Jesus. Alright. This whole room is a fucking wall, and that is struggling. That is causing me to struggle. I'm starting to figure him out, though. It's just taking me some time. Yeah, this one's taking me a little longer to learn than the other ones because I have to count movements. And if you want to be honest, I kind of panicked the first couple times. I also cannot seem to tell when he's about to I also struggle to tell when he's about to grab me. So that's part of why I want to back the fuck up and not be in mouth range. Jesus. But that's also just me pussying out. Yeah, camera's rough, room's small, does a shit ton of damage when he hits. Yep, those are all my issues. Absolutely right now. You were very correct. Oh, fuck you. Fuck off. Don't. Once again, we're gonna roll in. Summon wolves. Get that ready. I want the wolves after him. More than anyone else. Oh. Fuck. I got risky with it. Fuck. Oh my fucking god! I got a little too risky with it. Alright, come here. Fuck. Ugh. Ugh. Don't ask me why I keep accidentally crouching. It's because I panic. Ugh. Get out from under him. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. And it doesn't help that all of his attacks fucking drag you, so you really don't have any time to, like, get the fuck up and out of the way. Ugh. It's like if you don't dodge perfectly, you're so fucked. You know what I mean? Fucking tail, dude. Oh my god, I'm so fucked. I'm out of health. One last hit and I'm fucking done for. Yeah, well. He gets stuck at the end, does he? It's not about being close to him for me. Being close to him, I feel like guarantees me getting hit, whereas being away from him makes it easier for me to dodge things. My issue is also, fun fact, I have really bad vision. So playing these games, I play off repetition because my vision is ass. So if I can't see the whole arena I'm fighting in, I really struggle. So anywhere that is a small arena like that will be inherently way harder for me than I think it's meant to be because I cannot see the whole arena. I am visually impaired. Why am I going up? Trying something new. Ow. Well, you didn't have to be a fucking asshole about it. Alright, well. Try bonk damage, like, great hammer damage? Okay, Jesus. Yeah, I think it's a bit late for that. Don't. And I always have my boys. Can't leave out the boys. Ow. Hold on, sorry. I also can't read chat while I'm fighting, or this happens. Alright, this is, I'm dead in this one. I'm not doing enough to keep myself safe. So this is definitely not the one for me. What the fuck was that? Oh, fuck me. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm risking it. And that was a failure. Damn. Alright. I am struggling to jump attack. I've never done it before this fight, so I'm learning how it works, but that was closer. Okay, I feel a little bit better about that. That was closer. I think I'm getting it. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. I got a little too excited and I should have backed off and healed, and instead I was like, I'm just gonna go for it, and I shouldn't have gone for it. I'm learning though. See, but I can't stay on the outskirts of the room. If I stay on the outskirts of the room, I'm gonna run into a wall because I can't see the walls behind me. And so it's just guaranteeing that I'm gonna bump into a wall, and that's gonna fuck me over real bad. Hey, don't. Mind your own business. Consider. Mind your business. Oh, once that specific attack's over, that's fair. Stop! You were the bane of my fucking existence. Alright. The wolves are helping draw fire, though. Alright, I'm going after my runes. Alright. Ugh. Jesus. me. Jesus Christ. Oh, I unlocked. Oh god. Who are we going after here? Ow. Don't. Oh. Move, 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 move. Oh, fuck me. Ow. Get up. Ugh. Tail attack. Okay, there we go. Got it. We're good. That only took a little bit of time. We're good though. Ugh, got it. Roll into big enemies, roll to the left or right of humanoid enemies. Yeah. Well, that's kind of my thing is I would roll into him and then he would do that little funny, funky, stupid thing that enemies do sometimes where their footsteps would hurt you. And I was like, that's some bullshit. Ugh, I'm gonna have to shower after this. I'm so fucking sweaty. It's not even funny. To be fair though, it is hot back here. I stream from a garage. It is pretty hot back here. Hold on. Okay, cool. I did. Yeah, I stream from a garage, so it gets pretty hot back here. Can I have one thing that I can kill real quick? That aren't you fuckers? Jesus. Thank you for the hydrate. I really appreciate it. Ugh. So yummy. I should be able to get all the way to +9 now without killing any bosses. Well, I still have to kill this boss for an unrelated reason, but yeah. The hope, I think. God, don't just stand in that. Try killing the Clean Rot Knights? Yeah. I will. I know there's some around this corner. I'm not gonna chase those guys up there. I'm trying to play it safe. Real quick, so. Oh, this guy's here too. That'll work. I thought there were more over here. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. Alright, well, whatever. I guess I am chasing these fuckers up here. Are you there, God? It's me, Fiona. It's genuinely how I feel right now. Oh, hey guys. You wanna come here? Oh, boys. Boys. Oh, buddy. What were you even supposed to do about that, dude? Oh, man. That was so unfortunate for them. How'd they even make it up here the first time around? I need 15 something. Ooh. fuck? Ow. Alright, we're almost there. One or two more of these guys should do the trick. Stay away from the tree. The big boy there that wants me dead. Ugh. Sewers. See, I'm watching y'all talk. If you ever see me freeze where I'm at and I'm just standing, it's because I'm watching what y'all are talking about. Not knowing what the fuck y'all are talking about. That's enough. I don't think it is. Oh, not quite. I need 1562. Hi, Nico. How are you? Thank you. For the hydrate. I will indeed take you up on that. Ugh. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and just use my, what I do have and go level up this sword before I fucking forget about it. God, it's so loud over here. Ugh. Thank you so much for the follow, Lona. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, also, can we get stuff for my wolves? Welcome to the dog town, by the way.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arms.
Yay! Yes, please. I would like to level up my wolves. That would be very helpful for me. Yes, I'm at +3 right now. Yeah, we need a 4. Oh. My boy's not doing too hot, y'all. I'm okay with dungeons, honestly. I have a good time with dungeons. Also, hold on. I'm gonna close out the game. It's not- y'all aren't gonna see it on your end, but it's for me. I have to check something. Okay, cool, cool. Sorry. I would like more wolf power, yes. Sorry, I am talking to an artist that's working on some 2.0 stuff, but she's a student, so I have to kind of work around her schedule, and so I was checking in with her, making sure everything was good, that she's got time to study. Is there another dog wolf-like summon in the game? I don't know, actually. I mean, if not, I think that's kind of bullshit. Oh, sorry. I'm pulling my sleeves out. Rot dog? I can have rot dogs? Sorry, the way I said that sounds like I'm saying raw dogs. I'm not. I promise you. In Town of Sorcery? Did you get the potion from Sullivan? Yes. I do have the potion from Sullivan. But I'm not sure if I handed it to this guy, if it's gonna fuck up my Ronnie questline. So I'm a little worried about handing it. Might be able to give the potion to Blade. I feel like that's a bad thing to do. On the outskirts near the Rot Swamp. Okay, bet. If I wore wolf armor. I have an option for wolf armor? And nobody told me? Y'all suck. Okay, so don't help Celivis drug and okay, bet. Okay, so you said on the outskirts near the Rot Swamp, so all this area. question has no effect on Ronnie's questline. Okay, cool. Then I'll just give it to Gideon then. How do I get wolf armor? I can't believe nobody has told me about wolf armor. Tish is kind of... Is her name pronounced Tish? If you squint. I can't stand y'all. Blades armor? Oh, puppies! Oh, damn. Hi, puppy. Sorry, didn't realize there would be a puppy here when I got here. Don't know why. Lithe. Wolf armor you get after the Ronnie questline finishes? Fuck. Alright. There's Raging Wolf armor and then Blythes. Which one's better? Do I use the same stuff to level up the Rotting Wolves that I do the normal wolves? Hold on. Curious. Blythe. Pew pew. Neither are better than the Clean Rot set. Fascinating.
Greetings.
Yeah, I need y'all to know, I jumped into this game for, aesthetics alone. Okay. Doggies. Oh. Well, now they're the same level as my other dogs. Raging Wolf armor isn't very wolf themed. Damn. Y'all are breaking my heart. Does this only summon one? Oh, that only summons one though. 1 to 3. That's a bummer. Yeah, I guess that's true. They do rot. It's mostly for fashion? Okay, bet. Hi, fashion, fashion, fashion. Here, you want this fucking shit? My chat said I can give it to you.
Make the journey to the capital. The Two Fingers will. You may be our best hope, for we are tough.
I wasn't listening to what you had to say.
Good.
There you go.
You go and see Celanus, but just tell him that you tricked your market. Despite knowing next to bloody nothing, his inevitable display of arrogance will.
Cool. I don't know what any of these armor sets look like. I am playing for aesthetics, however, so... Rot and Stray is only good early game since you're not expected to have Rot in early game. Way better than the wolves. The Rot dog is better than the wolves. Name summons are usually better. Fascinating. I'll try it. We'll try it and we'll see how we like it. Either way though, I need more flowers to level up, so... Y'all could lead me to a flower. I'd greatly appreciate it. See, my issue is I've been hightailing it through this game just by running past everything. Mimic, Dung Eater were the best, but I haven't actually all of them. Alright, cool. While y'all chat, I think I'm gonna go grab this mat piece. Just so I have it. While y'all chit chat and hang out and do all that fun shit. Where is it? It's fucking here. Oh, there we go. That. Oh shit, it's up. I'm gonna have to go through the city to get up there, huh? Well, fuck. Guess we're going through the city then. I feel like I have spent so much time here. It's fucking ridiculous, is what it is. Yeah. Oh, right, the balls. Forgot about the balls. Alright. Excuse me, everyone. No, it's fine. Whatever. Oh my god, there's so many of you. Whee! Oh, is that dragon fucking alive? I'm sure it is. Blood, it's okay. You're all right. I'm not trying to bother you. I promise. You don't have to scream like that. Oh my fucking Christ. Oh, there's so many dragons here. What's going on? Don't get me wrong, I'm a dragon lover just like anyone else, but this is fucking ridiculous. I just want a goddamn map piece. Okay, to be fair, didn't know that that's what this place was called before I got here. I was just coming up here for a map. How was I supposed to know? The dragon is indeed alive and large enough that if it could actually get up in gameplay. What the fuck? It can get up? Or it can't get up? I didn't really take a good look at it. The other dragons startled me a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Ah, fascinating. Well, hold on. Now I kind of want to go take a good look at it. I just saw its wing and thought it was going to come after me, so I tried to actively avoid it. But, hack it to death? You'll reset it but get all the runes? You can attack the giant dragon on the ground, and as soon as you kill it, bum rushing to the grace behind it and resting. Interesting. Huh. Hold on. I'm just looking. Don't freak out on me. I'm just taking a look-see. It loses health for each dragon around it that you kill. Ah. Fascinating. Okay. We're still trying. I was just trying to get my shit. Find the grace behind it first. All right, bet. I was just trying to grab my shit. But also, were we not looking for shit to level up my summons? I feel like we lost the plot while I was running the map. I mean, these dragons are beautiful. Excuse me, I'm just gonna run under your feet real quick. Okay, so you said this big boy can't get up, right? Oh, wow. Nope, probably can't. You're alright, bud. You're alright, Big Bertha. Oh, your little one here is next to you, too. Oh, sweetie, you don't gotta be doing all that. It's okay. I just heard there's a grace behind you that I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. Fantastic. It's alright, bud. So what's the tactic here? Do you just hit it? Poor thing. Stab its tail? What does it do? It can't do anything. It will literally do nothing? Oh, that just makes me feel bad. This just makes me feel like an asshole. This takes some time. Yeah, I would have figured it does. Oh my god, this just kind of makes me feel like a dick. He's just laying here. He's not even doing anything. How are we doing today, chat? Since I guess I'm just gonna be here for a minute. I will say the bleed damage is pretty hefty, however. Yeah, I was about to say, I saw that bleed damage and I was like, god damn. Yeah, I feel kind of bad killing this old man. Oh yeah, can Rot Dog help? It's not showing that Rod Dog can help. Eh. It's an old woman? Oh, I'm sorry, Grandma. See, I love dragons. This is kind of breaking my heart a little bit. Yeah, I can imagine doing this without a bleed weapon. To be completely honest with you. Gonna get ready to bum rush back to the great. Why will I need torrent? Gonna. There we go. Oh. Well, you know, we're almost there, team. I'm waiting for my shit to come back. Well, chat, how are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are having a great day. As I'm just kind of chilling, hacking away at a dragon, you know. Dragonlovers.com. Oh, I feel bad that she can't get up. You can farm this thing forever. I don't know if I want to, y'all. It kind of makes me feel bad. I kind of just want to put her out of her misery. I mean, she can't get up. What quality of life does she have? I mean, yeah, her kids are with her, but like, at what cost? Anyways, we'll up endurance 2, and then we'll go up on dex 1. Maybe. I hit pretty good, honestly. Let's get endurance up to where the rest of it is, and then, yeah. Poor thing. He's just alive forever. This just kind of breaks my heart. I feel really bad about it. If you pop the golden talent that you have in your inventory, it gives extra runes. Ah, good to know. See, every time she roars, I get a little worried that Homegirl's summoning the devil. Like, I know she's not. But every time she roars, a part of me feels like I'm about to get jumped. You know what I mean? I do like the bleed. The bleed is good. The gore I can't summon here. We just had this conversation. So, unfortunately, no Rot Dog today. Oh, I can summon. Huh. I don't know why I couldn't earlier. I don't think Rot Dog attacks anything that's not attacking me, however. Yeah, Rot Dog's just chilling. Which, that's cool. He's a big boy. He's got a rat tail. He's here for moral support. Yeah, he sure is. Wait, we got it to half health way faster this time. So that makes me happy. Yeah, I fuck heavy with Rot Dog. He's pretty cool. He definitely looks a little fucked up, but, you know, who among us doesn't at this point in our lives? I'm glad he's here for moral support. God, he sticks around for a while. I feel like the wolves vanished real quick when they weren't actively attacking something. He sticks around for a minute. Sorry, sometimes the rain sounds like a dragon trying to sneak up on me. And it makes me a little nervous. Whee! Whee! Holy shit! Where is my fucking... Where is my bleed? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Fucking Christ almighty. I know I can attack on horseback, but it stresses me out. I worry that I'm gonna get too into it. Don't ask me why. I'm weird. I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up somehow that way, so this is fine. And 3, 2, 1. Lead attack. Fuck, I was off. I was off. Don't roar again, sweetheart. It's alright. No, you don't gotta be doing all that, love. Love, it's okay. It's alright, Granny. Also, like, if she dies, she dies. You know, she's an old lady. I think it's okay for her to go. Oh, fuck me. Alright, we're in. And she's still there. Alright, there we go. Endurance is at 25. Yay! I think I'm gonna do this one more time, just so I'm not spending fucking forever here. And then I think we're just gonna let her die after this. I think this time I'm just gonna let her go. I think it's okay just to let her go this time. You know what I mean, chat? Can we have a vigil? Absolutely, we can have a vigil for her. Absolutely we can. She was a strong girl. She let me kill her 3 times. For some fucking runes. What a good girl. Strong until her very last. Ooh, cool new dragon power. I know, most people only die once. This one? 3 times. She's a champ. She's like a cat. She's got multiple lives. Love that for her. Off she goes. There she goes. I hear stomping. Who's stomping? I'm scared. Oh, there's dragons over there. Who would have fucking gussied? We're just gonna slowly work our way down the tail. Because the sound of those dragons makes me a little nervous. I know they're not gonna come over here, but I don't want to test that theory. Any more than necessary, at least. Oh wow, I'm looking straight through her spine. Y'all see that shit? I can see her head from here. That's crazy. God, that dragon's not as big as this dragon, but he's still pretty big. That's still pretty sizable. Compared to me. That's crazy. That is crazy. Alright, we're almost done. Sorry for the boredom, chat. We're getting there. Yeah, does anybody have any last words for Dragon Grandma before she has to go into the forever sky? Where she can once again fly. Any words for Dragon Grandma before her passing? Grail, a straight ass bitch. Is she Grail? I don't think she's a bitch at all. She seems to be chilling, honestly. So you also, when she dies, all the baby dragons die too, right? Or am I about to get jumped? You never liked dragons, Dawn? What the fuck? I love dragons. Gore? What the fuck did you just say? Gore, I'm putting you in baby jail. And she's gone. Goodbye, Queen Mother. It was nice to know you. All right. Yeah, Gore's going into baby jail. You think vampires are stronger than dragons? Is that the conversation we're about to have right now? Because I disagree. We need to up my health. And we'll go up dexterity again. I'm just gonna health and dexterity for this one. That makes me happy. What about a vampire dragon? That's a bold question to ask, considering I don't think that exists. Yeah, I don't think a vampire dragon has been done before in fiction, actually. Okay, chat, now that this place is less dragons, where do I need to go to get stuff for my rot dog? I would like to level up my rot dog. Dracovish? Yeah, I guess so. Oh man. What's rot dog? I don't know, what's rotten with you? Why am I still hearing dragons? There are still dragons here. God damn it. Yeah, I see that there are still dragons in the area, Gore. I don't know why I assumed all of them would die with the mom. I was incorrect. Okay, no, for real though. I need to know where I gotta go for oh, fucking dragons. Where I gotta go to get my flowers. 'Cause I'm not sure. Either that or y'all are just about to watch me jump this dude. With no prep, no lube, just jumping. And I'll do it too. Nah, fascinating. I'm still trying to get that sewing needle, Gore. Oh, shit. Well, I found smithing stones. Not the ones I need, but smithing stones indeed. Angel? The fuck are we talking about, chat? I don't think those are what I need, though. They could be. I don't think they are. Whee! Oh, well, there's a graveyard right here. I love that y'all are so, like, into y'all's conversation. I'm over here like, what do I do now? And everybody's like, I don't know, man. Dragons or vampires, but... Alright. There's more chair people there? Oh, dope. Which is hotter, dragons or vampires? Dragons. Actually, I changed my mind. Vampires. Gore? There's no point in me talking to her. I don't have what she needs. We've done this already.
If you are wise, my flesh.
I don't have what she needs. I have to go kill a dude. That's why I'm trying to level up my rot dog, so I can go kill a man. Yeah, she's just dying. Nothing's changed for her. I'm trying to level up my rot dogs so I can actually be of assistance to her. It is so gross over here. This place fucking sucks. And I feel like it sucked just forever and always. Oh, hi. You don't gotta be doing all that, actually. Jesus. Shit. I was just looking for something. Level 3. My rot dog is level 3. I was just trying to see if you had a fucking flower down there, asshole. Secret passage ahead. Oh, there's a hole down there. I see how it is. I'm not attracted to lizards is a crazy sentence out of, like, out of context. The fuck? I have a feeling I don't want to go in here. Thank you for the yahoo! Yahoo, yahoo! There are catacombs there with 2 4s. Okay, so I gotta go towards the tree. This big ass tree. Okay, got it. Good King, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Yes, this is my first playthrough. Chat is currently helping me get to a catacomb so I can level up some dogs. Man, she was just laying here taking up so much fucking space. The one to the left? Oh, this one? I thought you were talking about this one. Do I have to fuck around with the Erd tree? I don't want to fuck around with the Erd tree. Oh, okay. Fine. I hate it here, though. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna complain the whole time. Fucking bird. Just hug the cliff and jump into the catacombs. You have to fuck around with the Erd tree at every Erd tree. That's bullshit! Ugh. Fucking... I didn't even know there was a catacombs down here. That's how fucking insane this is. Excuse me. Ugh. Do not care much for the noises that you make. Stop making those noises, please. I've gotten myself down here before. I don't remember how I did it though, so we're just gonna... Whee! Oh, I'm so sorry, Torrent. Ugh. You said it's on the right? No, no, don't worry about it. Oh, yep, so it is. Let me in. Let me in. Please let me in. Please, for the love of God. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, thank you so much for the head pats. I really appreciate it. God knows I need it. Fuck that guy. Catacombs! So far, you have not steered me wrong. That is true. But I don't trust my chat as far as I can throw them. Oh. Hi, ugly. Alright, so I need to be watching the ceilings. We're just like taking it slow. Huh. That's cool. Catacombs, my beloved. They are not my beloved, but I'm real proud of you, Gore. I swear to God, if there are giant crabs in this catacomb, I'm gonna fucking gut myself. The way I cannot stand the giant crabs. We're gonna go back here first. Oh, it's water. Oh, slimes? Slimes. Don't. Oh, slimes! Get off! Oh my fucking God! What the fuck? Gross. Oh, okay, ouch. We're just not gonna, is what I've learned. There was no need for all that. Try lift and then down. Yeah, well. Kill them? I don't want to kill them. I hate them. Look, sometimes you just gotta roll through the rot. I didn't realize that guy was dead, even though I was the one that killed him. Look, we're just here for the flowers. It's fine. It's in that room? I'm gonna fucking cry. Alright. Fall down. Fall from the heavens. Fly Tanks, fly tanks. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the dog pound. I hope you're having a great day. It's directly to the right. Oh. What's ahead of me, however? It has to be in the rot room, doesn't it? Be wary of up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, I see it. Alright, fucking, I guess I'm booking it. Oh, there's one right there. Hey, did y'all know that? That's cool. Okay, I think that was both of them, so we're just gonna move on. Is there any more in here? You do what? Is there any more in here, or was that it? Can you stop throwing rocks at me? Oh my god. This fucking guy. See, here's my problem. Huh. Oh, I didn't mean to do all that. Oh, you fucking asshole. Cunt. Ah! Don't be a dick. Yeah, I haven't really done much in Caelid. I've kind of just run through Caelid. Because I hate it here. So, you know. Yay, so much fun. You can just skip like 90% of Caelid. That's fair. Yeah, we beat Renala. That's been done. Part of the Ronnie Blade questline takes— fuck! Alright. I'll deal with it then, I guess. Fucking slimes are everywhere. Where the fuck did that door open? Move. How? I was out of there. Bullshit. Oh yeah, it might be upstairs. You make a good point. I know. I didn't mean to roll. I was trying to run. It is not upstairs. So, today I learned. Yeah, where the fuck? Okay. Also, lever. There we go. It's below the elevator? Do you have to pull a switch first? Oh shit. Okay. I guess that's why people were saying make the elevator lift and then roll off of it. I didn't mean to do that. Oh. I see what you mean. Okay. Huh. I see now. Behold, liar. Yeah, well, you know. Oh, be so fucking for real. Can I just zoom through here? Because that's the plan. Actually, I'll take some of that. Oh, and it's on my head. Great. Get off me. Slug, behind. Try fingers. Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, I see the slugs. I'm just fucking trying to wait out my bullshit. Hair ahead? Okay. Well, I guess we'll get to try out the dogs. Oh, fuck! It's the cats! I know these guys! Yeah, these guys fucking suck. Oh, yeah. I know of these guys a little too well. Because they do be hitting. Oh my god. Yep, I remember these guys. I've heard of these guys before. Oh, fuck me. Okay, so I just need to get in on them. Got it, got it, got it. Jesus, I'm already dead! Oh my god! Wolves would probably be better for this, I think. Yeah, focus fire on one. Absolutely. Okay. The wolves might be better for this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they wouldn't be. Believe in Rot Dog? I don't know if I do. Alright, I'm going for this one first. Come here, fucker. Ow. Can we just talk about the fact that how the fuck am I even supposed to get a fucking hit in when they pair up like that? I need to learn their move sets. Hold on. 1 second while I learn how they move. Alright, I see. I think. They move very strangely. I don't like that at all, actually. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like the way they move at all, actually. Ugh. That weirds me out. Yeah, wolves. I don't know why I betrayed them. The wolves are what matters to me. Alright, 1 second. I know there's slime behind me, but they can wait. They can wait their fucking turn. Can you bleed a statue? Good question. Alright. I've heard these guys aren't necessarily hard as much as they are just obnoxious. Now, I rolled, but I guess I didn't. Whatever, fuck me. Ugh. Okay. That was on me, I wasn't watching my health. But that's way better. Wolves. Wolves. We gotta jump them with the wolves. Okay. I wasn't watching my health. I was trying to figure out if it was better to be close or far away. You got crystal darts, you can hit them with a bunch or make them turn against each other. Do I have crystal darts? Hold on. You've just now brought up a topic I did not know. I do have crystal darts. What the fuck? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, fuck. How does that work? Oh, that's how that works. Well, it doesn't work if I get caught standing right in front of him. Oh, fuck me. God, they hover so strangely. Hi, Ducky! Thank you so much for the 34 months! That's fucking insane. It's been almost 2 whole years. By the way, my streaming anniversary is in 2 weeks. Yeah, I realized I needed to get them close together. A little too late. Oh, have a good time with your grandparents. Tell them I said hi. They don't know me, but tell them I said hi. Can I make more? Oh, I can make bone darts. Huh. That's fine. I got 3? Ah, that should be enough. 36 months is 3 years. Yeah, that's what I meant to say was 3 years. I just fucked it. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Ow! 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 What the hell? You dumb fucking bitch-ass cat. Oh my god, they move so weird! It's so jank! I hate it! They move so fucking janky! Oh! Oh god. And now it's just me. Okay. I let myself get got there. Oh god, they move jank as hell. But we almost got one down, and the wolves got the other one to half, so the wolves are definitely the play here. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, it's hard to read their movements. They're jank as hell. Ugh. I don't like these two. We're gonna get them though. I don't think I have to get them for what I'm doing here, but I'm going to because I want to. It makes me feel good about myself. Oh. Okay. Yeah, they are stinky. Alright. Wolves are definitely the play, though. And learning the room better. I'll deal with the fucking... Oh. Alright, so after they do that hit attack, they are a bitch and a half. Okay. Wasn't expecting a second one for some reason. Come on. Oh my god. I need to stop trying to do 2 hits. I need to just take my hit and go with it. Okay, I'm getting the hits though. They're janky, but I'm figuring them out. Oh fuck, fire. Oh! Oh, the wolves died. I was not paying attention to the wolves. Oh, okay. Oh, I need to have eyes on the back of my fucking head with these guys. But we're getting there. We're almost got one down. Yeah, I gotta be faster. God, it'd be so much easier if I could get a bleed on him. I think I got it, though. Okay. I'm not using any of my special moves, so I'm gonna try that this time around. I'm really just trying to get good at their, at their movements. Oh, fuck me. Okay, one down. Ow. And we still have wolves. Oh, fuck. Okay. Got her. All right, we're good. Whew. All right. Yeah, gotta be faster really was the play there. Oh, I'm sweating. Pumpkin boy! I'm gonna have to take a shower. I'm fucking sweaty as hell. Yeah. I got it. What do you mean, did I get the item? I can go back in, but what do you mean, did I get the item? I got a pumpkin boy. That's all you get from him, I think. I already got my flowers, if that's what you're talking about. I didn't see one, but I can go back. I can go back and look. Hold on. Come on down, bud. I didn't see one, but I'll go back down and look. There may have been one and I just missed it. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't see anything in here. Besides people talking about these guys' asses. Yeah, nothing in here. There's root resin. But that's it. I'm not seeing nothing else. That's a bummer. Alright. I'm leveling up my wolves. Fuck the rot dog. That guy sucks. The wolves are where it's at. I know better. 3 is just better than 1. I don't know what to tell you. 1 doesn't take them off you as much. I need the 3-way distraction.
Greetings. Are you here for...
Yes, ma'am. Hey! I already had a 5. Nice.
Well, I took you no matter how you're up.
I need a somber smithing stone, not a normal smithing stone. That's a bummer. Alright. Well.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Hi! Unicat Games, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? How are you doing? How was your stream? Oh my fucking gods. Jesus. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I really do hope you had a great stream. Gore, can I get a shout out, please? Thank you. You're playing Skyrim. Fun fact, never played Skyrim. I'm here for your snacks. I don't really have many, unfortunately. But no, I've never played Skyrim before. Don't ask me why I'm starting this boss fight while you guys are just chilling. It's fine. Don't think about it too much. But I really want to play at some point. Alright. But hello everybody, hi, my name is Peach. I am your local cyberpunk dog girl VTuber. I am currently trying to beat this motherfucker. He's been a pain in my ass. Oh, arrows. For a hot minute now. Literally been the worst. Oh god. Ugh. Ooh. Oh, and there's my rod. Oh. The way this guy just rots the hell out of you. Oh, damn it. I forgot to heal. I do not love this fight. I'm gonna be real with you. I have not done very good on it. it has kind of been a pain in my ass. So, that's why we've been running around doing all these little side quests, was to level up for this fight. I hate this fight. With a passion. I'm not good at it. But... we're just gonna keep doing our best. I just sat in a tree with a bow. God, that's the smart decision. This does. Ah! Oh, fuck me. Don't die. Holy shit. This is the closest I've ever gotten. Fuck me. Shit! Okay. Man, if I had actually gotten that fucking stagger hit, I think I would have done it. But we're getting there. We got it. We got it. We're good. I can do this. Yeah, he got my ass. His fingers are fucking 6 inches deep up my asshole. But it's fine. We can get him this time. I got it. That was way better. Fuck, my hands are sweaty. Jesus. It's not even funny. First try? Yep. First try. Absolutely. I love Nimbos. I hope Nimbos is having a good day. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Okay, bad. Oh, I fucked it. Okay. Alright. That's fine. Do your little rot. Oh, fuck me. A real question, girlfriend. Ugh. Bro be rotting it up out there. Ugh. not doing as good this time around. Oh, I pushed the wrong fucking button. Oh! Ugh. Oh, fuck, move. And I got the rot. Fuck me. Oh, the rot. I could have had him too. Oh. Yeah. I pushed the wrong button, so fucked it. Yeah, I wronged my fuck. I really did. I panicked. Oh, wait, that's not where I wanted to be. Oh, well, it's fine. I panicked. Oh, my fingers are slippery. Where the fuck am I? Oh, that's not where I want to be at all. Hold on. Second, please. I panicked. I got nervous, and I let myself panic. You know, sometimes you just get a little nervous. Yeah, top tier gaming. I'm doing a great job. Any upgrades? Yes, I've upgraded my sword and my wolves. Where the fuck is my runes? Not that it matters, there's barely any of them there. Oh, fuck. Oh, the fucking arrows. Okay, stay away from that. Let him just jump her. Oh, fuck me. Oh, look, rooms. Do I use her as bait? Oh, absolutely. Oh, fuck me. Oh my god, I keep pushing the wrong fucking button. And guess who's now got the fucking rot? Hey, can I miss all my fucking hits? The answer is yes. Look, I never said I was chivalrous. I said I get shit done. I don't have any rot removal, at least not that I know of. Can I light this guy on fire? Would lighting this guy on fire work? He's a man. Yeah, I can certainly try. You know what? I think I'm gonna try, because fucking, why not? What do I have here? Magic damage, lightning damage, poison. I could rot him. That's not gonna work. You know what? We're gonna try this. We're gonna try to sleepify this man. This is my first ever playthrough, so... As an incantation, I do not have any magic. So we're gonna take a fun little start there. Not even gonna ask why the dogs are going behind me. Oh. Okay, or I'll die. That works too. I don't know what I did there. That was not... Huh? I think I've been playing for so long now that I'm like fucking losing my mind. It's been 3 hours, but like I feel like I'm starting to lose my shit a little bit. Alright. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Those are easy to dodge attacks. I just got so excited about potentially Sleepy Eepying the boss. Alright. Fucking let's try this again. I don't know what the hell happened that. Yeah, I would like to Sleepy Eepy the boss, please. Yes, I would like a damage type tip, please. Frostbite and or hemorrhage. Alright, bet. Okay, I've got some frostbite shit. Come here, big boy. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh fuck, I was not paying attention to him. Hey, Polly. Oh my god, Pauls. What the fucking hell? Hey, did you know you can't Sleepy Eepy the boss? Today I learned you cannot Sleepy Eepy the boss. No Sleepy Eepy. Oh well, we tried. It doesn't hurt to try. Alright, you said frostbite? That's magic, lightning, poison, blood rot, blood loss. Oh, do I not have any ice? Well, ain't that a bummer? Well, if I already do blood loss, what's the point of adding more blood loss? You know what I mean? I mean, I guess we could try. But like, what's the point? Whee! Alright, well, we're trying it. That's one wolf down. Oh god, I need to move. Okay. We almost had it. That was close. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Alright, I'm giving myself 3 more tries before I end stream. I'm giving myself 3 more tries before I end stream. Because I feel like I can get it in 3 more times, and if I can't get it in 3 more times, then I'm just not gonna get it today. I have to set limits, or else I'll go crazy. We're gonna have an Eggman situation all over again. I'm not worried about my runes. I don't have very many of them. So, I don't want y'all to worry about my runes. Just what I told you to get earlier, just coffee creamer and baby formula. That's it. Alright, let's go, boys. We're gonna let her get those first couple hits, because he's gonna do that. And we don't wanna... Oh, fuck yes. That was worth the rot. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I was not watching my health. Oh, shit. She got him. Pollyanna. That rot is a bitch. It is a bitch and a half. Okay, 2 more times. Yeah, that rot is a fucking bitch for real. Fucking might have to throw some shit at him. Ooh, I can make frost. I'll make those 2 just in case. Yeah, because I only got 1 more of those. Alright. 2 more times and then I have to end stream because I have to start doing bedtime with the baby, unfortunately. Gotta have her on a routine. It just comes down to the effects? Okay. Oh, hi. Hello, sir. Just gonna reset you real quick. Fucking Jesus. Is he one of my dogs keep going backwards? That's kind of frustrating. Gonna let him do his goofy ass thing. We're just gonna... Ugh. Oh shit, I fucked that up. Oh, thank you! I fucked that up, I didn't time that right. Yeah, that was a bad play. I didn't time that right, and I pushed the wrong button. That was a bad play, all in all. Alright, first try with, yeah, the ice. Ugh. I feel like I've gotten worse at this game the more I play. But also, like, it's like the longer I play in one day, the worse I feel like I get. If that makes sense. Damn, she just took that fucking hit, huh? Oh my god. I knew that that's what he was gonna do, and yet I still let it get me. I don't like getting too far away from him, though. It makes it real fucking hard for me to get in. Ooh. And I'm got wrapped. Oh my god! I almost had him and then the arrows! I know, I need the baby. Alright. Alright. Yeah, getting him in the corner with the boys is it until he gets you. Yeah, fucking archers. I should probably go kill those fucking archers first. I'm gonna try that tactic real quick, actually. Just out of curiosity. We're not gonna waste anything. I just want to see if killing those archers first would actually be a good play. Like, letting him target her and going after his archers, if that would actually be a good play. Look! Shut up! Alright. Oh my god. Okay, not a good play. Just discovered, not a good play. These bitches, take some hits. Alright. That's true. He, however, does summon more once you get him to once you get him down past the halfway point. He summons like actual warriors that come out and try and bite your ass. So, yeah. All right. I said I was done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm sweaty and gross. I need to shower now. I am so done. Ugh. No, but one more's. I'm like sweaty. I feel disgusting. I feel awful. I feel gross. I feel like I need to go take a shower. I get so fucking sweaty playing fucking Elden Ring. Ugh. I think tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna have to play a calmer game for a minute because jeezums. I am like sweat central. It's disgusting. Look, we'll get him. We'll get him. I did defeat a couple of bosses today, so they're small bosses, but a boss is a boss. I will take it. Did y'all want to watch some art? Fucking or Unicorn Overlord. Those are our options today. Unless we just wanted to raid a small VTuber. You want to watch fucking? Oh man, I don't know if I can promise that. I'll do my best. I am a sweaty gamer girl. I stink. I'm like smelling myself right now and it's grossing me out so bad. Ugh. I'm mostly ending stream because I smell like sweat and it's fucking disgusting to me. I cannot handle it. How about we raid somebody playing Dragonborn? This person is playing Dragonborn. They have a 3D model. Looks like they've been playing Dragonborn for about 2 hours now. So let's try that. Let's try that. Let's see if I can raid them. Oh, I sure can. All right, we're gonna go raid a small streamer playing Bloodborne. Y'all be nice. I love you. Be nice. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more streams. Good night. Good night.